Welcome to the Nerd Party.
Hello, I'm Charlene Schmidt.
I'm Patrick Schmidt.
We just got done watching Ship of Tears, episode 14 of season 3 of Babble on 5, and it's time to babble for 5.
Well, this episode starts with the two best things, state propaganda and Bester, right?
Right, also back is Bester for another round of clickbait. Should Sheridan have fallen for it?
No, he shouldn't have fallen for it.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't a story for TV, no person in their right mind would want to deal with Bester ever. And we did get one big takeaway, though, and we'll get there. But yeah, the whole thing of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We're on a slippery slope in this one.
The problem, too, is that Bester and the Psi Corps have always been manipulative. They've always been in the way. Why would we expect anything different this time around?
Exactly. Also, I think it was Ivanova who mentioned he's up to something. There's some sort of interest he has at hand. Are you sure you want to fall for this? Lo and behold, it ends up being that at least one of the people on this ship is his lover, expecting their baby. Yeah, it's no surprise, honestly, that Bester has a life outside of his wife and his child back home. That's like the least of our worries in this whole episode.
Yeah, Bester's extramarital affairs may have saved the day.
It's going to be really interesting to see where this all leads going forward because of the big reveals. The telepaths are going to have a lot to do with fighting the shadows. Oh, looks like really soon.
Yeah, and it looks like Bester's going to be a big part of it, which is both encouraging and super annoying.
Encouraging, annoying, and super scary.
That too.
I'm not entirely sure how excited I am about that. Just knowing it's trouble.
I don't think it's all that surprising that telepaths are going to end up being a part of fighting the war. I mean, they certainly have skills that are attuned to destroying an enemy.
And if Bester gets his way, telepaths will reign supreme as the superior species.
Yes, so why should the normies help at all?
It seems, though, that Bester needs the normies' help, though, at least a little bit.
So weird.
A lot of trouble dealing with a guy like Bester, which is the fun as well as the danger. How about we jump over to the B-plot, where Delenn reveals to G'Kar, if it were any other time in the series, it would be maddening, vengeful news that would result in her death. One thing did work in Delenn's favor in terms of waiting to tell him that Narn was essentially sacrificed for what might be the greater good.
Yes.
The death of millions as opposed to billions. Any earlier, and his rage would have resulted in her murder.
That was her point to him. You weren't ready to be a part of these conversations because you literally weren't ready mentally. And now that he's been able to show some growth, now's the right time.
To bring him in.
And never mind the fact that he went in and demanded it, he doesn't get to go there until they're ready for him.
He has paid his dues, and he's ready. And it just so happens this new War Room set is also ready. Hey, we gotta plot and strategize somewhere. And it can't be in CNC.
Ah, man, I am not a sets person. I really just didn't care.
Okay.
Now, what about you? What did you think of the new set? You're obviously more into it than me.
It's fine. The uniforms were better. Let's be honest.
Fair enough.
It does, I think, bring home the importance of this occasion, of bringing G'Kar in, and especially with full disclosure now of what all of this has meant. The whole thing of how we got here versus where we're going. Now we're going.
And it was good to see the book of the Bible.
Jaquan.
Okay.
Garibaldi.
Yes.
Going through it, understanding it somewhat.
Finally figured it out, and it was good to see that that actually came through for once, other than just sitting on a shelf and collecting dust. It actually became useful for once, and it just so happened that it coincided with everything else.
Also, it's nice to see humans doing at least some effort to understand an alien language, written or auditory, because one thing that does bother me on the White Star is they've got Lanier there still giving Minbari commands to fellow Minbari because the humans have apparently not taken the time to learn even a lick of Minbari.
So here's my question, going back to the new set.
Yeah.
How long do you think it is before Bester sits at that circle?
Ew, I hope never. I don't know if he'll ever make his way into that circle.
I think he might. I think it might be soon.
You think?
If they're going to be allies.
But how much are they allies, really? Like, I think they're using each other for a common good for now.
I think it's going to be bigger than you think. Oh, wait. Without spoiling it, this, I feel like, really did change some things.
Okay, do tell.
How the shadows are going to be fought, how they can potentially be defeated. That has to be a part of things moving forward, which means Bester's probably a part of things moving forward.
It's kind of the one hope that they actually have, right? That maybe they can actually fight these things. So now that we know what we know now, and we're in the war room, it's time to focus and move on to the next episode. We got to keep going.
That's going to be a week from now. In the meantime, drop your likes, drop your comments.
Do all the things.
We've done this before.
You know the drill. Don't spoil anything after this episode. So until then, everybody.
Bye-bye.